Noah Langston adjusted his baseball cap lower over his eyes as he pushed through the glass doors of the Chicky Pop restaurant. The familiar yellow and red decor greeted him, but something fell off. The floor tiles showed scuff marks that should have been mopped hours ago, and the serving counter had a thin film of grease that made Noah's stomach turn. As the founder and CEO of a national fast food chain, he had built Chicky Pop from a single food truck into a billion-dollar operation with over 500 locations across the country. But this franchise in Houston's East Side had been showing troubling numbers for months. Just a six-piece nugget meal with fries, please, Noah said, keeping his voice casual. The teenager behind the counter barely looked up from her phone, punching in the order without enthusiasm. No smile. No, thank you for choosing Chicky Pop, the greeting that was supposed to be standard at every location. Strike one. Noah chose a corner booth where he could observe the operation while remaining inconspicuous in his jeans and plain t-shirt. No one would recognize the 53-year-old man with 3-day stubble as the same polished executive whose portrait hung in the company headquarters. When his order arrived, the smell rising from the box should have made his mouth water. Chicky Pop's signature nuggets had a distinct aroma, a blend of 11 herbs and spices that Noah had perfected in his mother's kitchen 20 years ago. But something was different. Noah opened the box and studied the golden brown nuggets. He picked one up and took a bite. His taste buds immediately sent alarm signals to his brain. The texture was wrong, too spongy, with an artificial aftertaste that the real Chicky Pop nuggets never had. After 20 years of perfecting his recipe, Noah could identify his product blindfolded. This wasn't it. He carefully lifted the paper tray from the box. Underneath, partially hidden and clearly not meant to be seen by customers, was a small packaging slip. Noah's eyes narrowed as he read the unfamiliar supplier name, Value Poultry Distribution. Chicky Pop had exactly 2 authorized poultry suppliers nationwide. Neither was called Value Poultry. Every franchise owner knew this. It was outlined in the 2-inch thick contract they signed. Using unauthorized suppliers was grounds for immediate termination of the franchise agreement. Noah's phone buzzed. It was a text from Alicia, his VP of operations, who had helped coordinate this undercover visit. "How's it going? Any red flags?" Noah typed back. "You could say that. They're not serving our product. Give me everything we have on a supplier called Value Poultry." He glanced around the restaurant, studying the employees with new eyes. He noticed a younger worker at the drive-thru window, looking stressed. The boy's eyes kept darting to the back office where a woman in her 40s sat behind a desk, rapidly typing. That would be Renee Polson, the franchise manager. Noah had reviewed her file that morning. 10 years with Chicky Pop, solid performance reviews until 8 months ago, when customer complaints started trickling in. Noah pressed the restaurant's number into his phone. "Chicky Pop, East Side. How can I help you?" answered a bored voice. "This is Noah Langston," he said, dropping the casual tone. "I'd like to speak with Renee Polson immediately." He watched as the drive-thru worker hurried to the office, gesturing frantically. The woman behind the desk stood up suddenly, her face paling. "Mr. Langston, this is Renee. What can I do for you?" "I'm in your restaurant right now, Renee. Table by the window. I'd like you to join me, please." He watched her eyes scan the dining area until they landed on him. Recognition dawned on her face. "Of course, sir. Right away." Noah's heart was pounding, but not from nervousness. This was fury, controlled, calculated fury. Someone was undermining his life's work, compromising the quality that customers trusted. Renee emerged from the office, plastering on a smile that didn't reach her eyes as she approached his table. "Mr. Langston, what a surprise. If I'd known you were coming, you would have served me the real Chicky Pop nuggets instead of these knockoffs," Noah finished, pushing the box toward her. "Sit down, Renee. We need to talk about Value Poultry Distribution and why you're serving their product instead of mine." The color drained from Renee's face as she slid into the booth. Noah activated the voice recorder on his phone and placed it on the table between them. "Now," he said quietly, leaning forward, "let's start with a simple question. How long have you been deceiving our customers?" Renee's hands trembled as she clasped them together. "Mr. Langston, there must be some misunderstanding. We've made no changes to our recipes or suppliers." Noah tapped the packaging slip. "Then explain this, Renee." Value Poultry Distribution isn't an authorized Chicky Pop supplier. I just ate one of those nuggets. I created that recipe. I know when someone's serving an imitation. Supply chain issues, Mr. Langston. We've all been dealing with them. Sometimes deliveries don't arrive, and we have to improvise to keep the doors open. Improvise. Noah raised an eyebrow. Our contract explicitly prohibits using unauthorized suppliers. If you had supply problems, protocol is to contact headquarters. There's no record of such a call from this location. Renee's excuses grew more elaborate. Supply chain issues, computer glitches, misunderstandings with delivery drivers. Show me your supply logs for the past 3 months, Noah said. They're being updated. I can have them for you tomorrow. Noah leaned back, studying her. 20 years of business negotiations had taught him to read people. Renee wasn't just nervous. She was hiding something substantial. Let me be clear, Noah said. I'm taking these for testing. I'll have results within 24 hours. If there's something you want to tell me before those results come back, now's your chance. Renee straightened her shoulders. We maintain Chicky Pop standards here, Mr. Langston. Perhaps your taste buds are off today. Noah stood, tucking the nugget box into his jacket pocket. We'll see. In the meantime, I'm installing a quality assurance team here starting tomorrow morning. They'll report directly to me. That's really not necessary. It wasn't a suggestion. Noah cut her off. I built this company from nothing, Miss Pole's son. Every Chicky Pop restaurant carries my family name and my mother's recipe. I don't take that lightly. Outside, Noah slid into his rental car and immediately called Alicia. I need our mobile testing lab at the Starlight Hotel in an hour. And get me everything you can on Renee Pole's son. Personal life, finances, family connections. Something's very wrong here. The laboratory technician, Dr. Maya, arrived at Noah's hotel suite promptly. For the next 40 minutes, Noah paced while Dr. Maya conducted her tests. His phone buzzed with a message from Alicia. Found something. Renee Polson's brother-in-law owns a poultry processing plant outside Houston. Small operation called Horizon Foods. Guess who owns Value Poultry Distribution? The same guy. Noah's jaw tightened. This wasn't just a supply mistake. It was deliberate. Mr. Langston, Dr. Maya called. I have results. She handed him a tablet showing 2 chemical composition charts side by side. The left is our control, authentic Chicky Pop nuggets. The right is from your sample today. Noah didn't need the highlights. The charts were drastically different. These aren't just different batches, Dr. Maya explained. These are completely different products. They're using inferior quality chicken with nearly 40% more filler. They've attempted to mimic our seasoning profile, but it's a crude approximation. Noah placed another call to Alicia. The tests confirm it. They're selling knockoffs as Chicky Pop products. I want auditors at that location tomorrow morning, and I want a background check on everyone in management there. Already on it, Alicia replied. There's more. 3 other Chicky Pop locations in the Houston area have shown similar profit to supply discrepancies, all managed by people connected to Renee in some way. Noah sat heavily on the edge of the hotel bed. This wasn't an isolated incident. It was systematic fraud. I'm going back tomorrow, he decided, but not as myself. I want to see how deep this goes before Renee has time to cover her tracks. The morning sun had barely crested the Houston skyline when Noah returned to the Chicky Pop restaurant. This time he wore khaki slacks and a button-down shirt with a clipboard in hand. The universal uniform of corporate inspectors everywhere. You're good to go, Alicia said through Noah's earpiece. I've configured your tablet to access their system remotely. Their registers, supply chain management, everything. A young shift supervisor named Marcus greeted him with visible anxiety. Mr. Johnson from corporate? That's right, Noah replied. Annual quality review. I'll need access to your storage areas and supply records. Once alone at a computer terminal, Noah connected his tablet and let Alicia's software do its work. Within minutes, he was downloading every invoice, order form, and delivery receipt from the past year. What he found made his blood boil. The official Chicky Pop system showed normal orders from authorized suppliers, but the actual deliveries told a different story. They're keeping 2 sets of books, Noah said quietly. The system shows orders from our suppliers, but the delivery receipts are all from Value Poultry. They're falsifying records. I'm cross-checking with our main suppliers now, Alicia confirmed. They haven't shipped to this location in over 7 months. A new message from Alicia flashed. Value Poultry Distribution isn't just supplying this location. I found connections to 5 Chicky Pop franchises in the Houston area. Noah pressed deeper, following the money trail. Bank transfers from each location were being split. The expected amount to Chicky Pop Corporate to avoid suspicion, but significantly smaller payments to Value Poultry for the actual supplies. The difference, nearly 40% of food costs, was being pocketed somewhere. Got the final piece, Alicia messaged. Value Poultry Distribution was incorporated 18 months ago by Daniel Reeves, Renee Polson's brother-in-law. He also owns Horizon Foods, a small poultry processor that lost its FDA certification last year for health violations. Noah leaned back, the full picture emerging with sickening clarity. They were not only serving inferior products, but potentially dangerous ones from a facility that couldn't pass basic health inspections. Over the next 2 hours, Noah interviewed 8 employees, most regarded, offering only bland, positive comments. But the afternoon shift brought fresh faces. Noah singled out a younger kitchen worker named Tasha. How long have you worked here, Tasha? 3 weeks, sir. This is my first real job. And how's the training been? Everything up to company standards. Tasha hesitated. I guess so. I mean, I don't have anything to compare it to. Tasha, everything we discuss is confidential. Your manager won't know what you tell me. Look, I need this job. My mom's sick and I'm helping with bills, but some things here don't seem right. The chicken we use? It comes in these plain boxes, not the Chicky Pop ones I see in the training videos. She lowered her voice. And James, he worked here before me. He told me never to mention it if I wanted to keep my job. His last interview was with a senior cook named Dion who had been with Chicky Pop for over 5 years. Dion, I know about the Value Poultry deliveries, Noah said bluntly. I know about the fake invoices and the intimidation. What I need to know is how far up this goes. Dion stared at him. Who did you say you were again? Noah removed his fake glasses. My name is Noah Langston. I founded Chicky Pop, and I need your help to clean up my company. Dion's eyes widened. Holy SH, I mean, sir, I had no idea. That was the point. Now tell me everything. The floodgates opened. Dion described how Renee had gradually replaced all management staff with friends and relatives, instituted new security protocols, and created a culture of fear. We tried telling corporate, Dion said, defeat in his voice. Carlos sent emails with photos. I called employee hotline twice. Nothing ever happened. Because Renee was intercepting the complaints, Noah explained. She has admin access to the regional reporting system. She's been deleting complaints before they reach headquarters. As Noah's tablet pinged with a message from Alicia, police and FDA investigators are standing by, he stood. Stay for the closing shift today. You won't regret it. Noah spotted Renee, watching him from her office, phone pressed to her ear. She knew something was wrong, but had no idea of the reckoning about to descend. Noah stepped outside and dialed Alicia. It's time. Bring in the team. Within 20 minutes, 3 black SUVs pulled into the parking lot. From them emerged Alicia, flanked by Chicky Pop's chief legal counsel, 2 corporate security officers, and a forensic accounting team. Everyone clear on their roles. Noah asked. Crystal clear, Alicia nodded. Simultaneous operations are launching at the other 11 locations as we speak. Noah led the team through the doors. The sudden arrival of suited professionals brought the restaurant to a standstill. Attention everyone, Noah announced. I'm Noah Langston, founder and CEO of Chicky Pop. I need all employees to gather in the dining area immediately. Whispers erupted among the staff as they recognized the man whose portrait hung in the break room. Renee emerged from her office. Mr. Langston, what's going on? There's no misunderstanding, Miss Polson. Noah cut her off. Security will escort you to the conference room. We have much to discuss. Noah addressed the assembled staff. I want to be transparent about what's happening. For months, this location has been serving counterfeit products under the Chicky Pop name. Many of you suspected something was wrong. Some of you tried to report it and were silenced. This isn't your fault. You were manipulated and threatened by management that put profits above integrity. Today, that ends. In the conference room, Noah found Renee sitting rigidly. He opened a laptop displaying the falsified invoices, intercepted complaints, and bank transfers to Value Poultry Distribution. We've frozen all assets connected to you, your brother-in-law, and the shell companies you created, Noah continued. The FDA has been notified about Horizon Foods violations. The police are currently executing search warrants at all 12 compromised locations. You don't understand, she blurted out. We had no choice. The pandemic crushed us. Supply costs doubled overnight. Corporate wouldn't help. So you decided to serve potentially unsafe food to families, to children. That was your solution. The food is fine, just cheaper. Noah slid the laboratory report across the table. Chicken with excessive fillers, preservatives not approved for food use in the United States. Batches processed in a facility that lost FDA certification due to repeated health violations. You didn't just compromise quality, Renee. You put people at risk. By late afternoon, similar scenes had played out across all 12 compromised locations. We've secured all the evidence, Alicia reported. FDA investigators have seized food samples from every location. The local news has picked up the story. Noah gathered the corporate team. Here's how we handle this. Complete transparency. We acknowledge the fraud, emphasize that it was limited to these 12 locations, and detail the steps we're taking to ensure it never happens again. The press will crucify us, the PR director warned. Then we take the hit, Noah said firmly. I built this company on quality and trust. I won't sacrifice either to protect our stock price. That evening, Noah called an all-hands meeting with the employees who had remained. I owe all of you an apology. Our systems failed you. Your concerns were silenced. That's on me. Dion stepped forward. What happens now to the restaurant? We rebuild better than before. Starting tomorrow, we'll completely restock with genuine Chicky Pop products. We're installing new oversight systems in every restaurant nationwide, and we need good people to help us restore what was lost here. He turned to Dion. You tried to do the right thing when it wasn't easy. How would you feel about taking over as interim manager? Dion's eyes widened. Me? But I'm just a cook. You're the kind of person this company was built on, Noah corrected. Someone with integrity who cares about what we serve to families. 3 months after the scandal broke, Noah Langston stood in the kitchen of the newly renovated Houston Chicky Pop. Sunlight streamed through windows that hadn't been there before, part of his transparency initiative. Orders are up 30% from our pre-scandal numbers, Dion reported, now wearing the red and gold manager uniform. The loyalty program you introduced has brought back almost all our regular customers. Noah sampled a freshly prepared nugget. The familiar blend of spices brought an involuntary smile to his face. This is exactly right. The final sentencing is today, Alicia reminded Noah. Do you want a 10? Noah shook his head. I've said what I needed to say in my victim impact statement. The court will handle the rest. The legal consequences had unfolded methodically over the months. Renee Polson and her co-conspirators faced charges ranging from fraud to food safety violations. That evening, Noah's lawyer called. It's done. Renee got 8 years, her brother-in-law 12. The other franchise managers between 3 and 6 years, plus full restitution to Chicky Pop. Noah thanked her and hung up, feeling not triumph, but a somber satisfaction. That evening, Noah invited the entire staff to gather after closing. 6 months ago, this location was at the center of a fraud that threatened everything Chicky Pop stands for. Today, you've made it our flagship. He unveiled a plaque that would hang near the entrance. It read, "Integrity is our secret ingredient." This crisis taught us that quality isn't guaranteed by recipes or procedures alone, Noah continued. It's preserved by people of character who refuse to compromise their standards, even when no one seems to be watching. As he drove away, Noah reflected on how a single bite of a substandard chicken nugget had cascaded into a company-wide transformation. The fraud had been a betrayal, but the response had made Chicky Pop stronger. The next morning's business headlines would announce that Chicky Pop stock had fully recovered. But for Noah, The true measure of success was simpler: the genuine smile of a child enjoying a meal their parents could trust. The confidence of employees who knew they worked for a company that valued integrity over profit. In the end, the biggest surprise wasn't finding that packaging slip hidden beneath his chicken nuggets. It was discovering that sometimes a crisis doesn't destroy what you've built. It reveals what it's truly made of.